the case for me. The thing is, I'm not willing to settle for anything. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't care. I used to say, you know what, if if they offer good money, yes you would. I don't know, if I don't think I would. I think I would take the offer.
Artlist.io.
That's okay. So get ready with me while I eat my chocolate and I get ready to go to work a little. Okay? Well, not work, but work. And then give some key advice, I guess. Like, this hair makes me look so pretty. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I have not been feeling like myself. So now, like, getting, like, really back to myself, whatever, that's nice. But I'm only doing this so I can talk. When I'm driving, it's easy for me to give advice and talk because I don't know why. Driving always makes you feel so relaxed and you feel like all the wisdom. I always say, hold on, you gotta be present in me with everything that I do. In conversations and anything that I do. Okay, so yeah, so like when I'm driving, I don't like I blink like my mind is like, it's not me in the car. I'm not behind the wheel at all. It's just that doesn't make me, well, it's God, but when I'm driving, it's easy for things to come to me, ideas, especially if I'm going through something and I need some advice. Driving always makes things a little bit more easier for me. But I need to start recording these while I'm in the car. I don't know, for some reason, my car is my wisdom place where I go and get all my wisdom, or like where I go and get my peace and I think about solutions to my problems. But I was thinking today, like, and I think a lot of people that are my age can relate to a lot of the stuff that's going on now. And even, of course, like people that's not within my age group, but people, this is more for my age group, the 20s, the the early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, whatever. I don't know if everyone's feeling this way. What am I looking for? I find myself constantly thinking all the time, like, where am I going? Where am I heading? Where my mind is. Like, where my mind is and who I am, right? And I struggle with that a lot. I've always struggled with it. But I've had a glimpse of myself or who I was when I was in 2022. And I've been chasing that feeling for the longest, and I know that's already me. It's just that I have to accept it and become it. And I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but yeah, like you're not chasing a thing. You are that thing. You just have to step into the form of being that thing, being the person. For example, if you want to be this person that is strong and you want people to see you a different way, you want to be known as the person who walks in a room and who has this aura about her, who's a leader, who can take leadership, who can lead. You have to become that thing. You don't just wish for it, you become it. You work your way to become it. And that means finding things that makes you insecure and fixing those things, or finding ways to replace those things. And I don't know how people do this, like while they're doing their makeup and talking. I'm gonna put this down and try my best to get ready and talking at the same time. I find myself struggling a lot more lately. And it also comes like with when you meet new people, you come around different circles. Sorry, my phone camera is here too, so I'm focusing on this camera and this camera. So you meet new people, you enter new circles. You don't change who you are. I'm not saying to change who you are, but like, you question yourself based on the people you surround yourself with. I'm a very open-minded person. I try not to let a lot of things affect me. The way I think, my values and beliefs. I only like I don't mind being influenced by people, but in a way like I would want to, and to reaffirm my values, my beliefs, but also challenges me to become a better version of myself. I have tried to run away from a version of myself years ago. And that version of myself, like, I don't know. The stages of life is so weird. You go from being under your parents' roof, they're taking care of you, they provide everything, and then all of a sudden you get out into the world. It's either you go to college, get a degree, and during college you still have a structured system for you. You have school, you have scheduled, and you have work. Or you get out of high school, you decide to pursue something else, like maybe pursue a business of your own, or go to trade school, whatever it is. You find some structure, or some people don't have that. And I think throughout that, like, your life is kind of mapped out for you, to be honest, because you still have a system that you go through. And after college, you're literally out in the world on your own. You are accountable for everything that you do. But I think we also forget that we are. And I'm saying this for me, like, I'm realizing this. Yes, I'm like, I always say I take accountability for everything that I do, even where I am, my current situation, my circumstances, whatever is happening to me, unless it's something that I couldn't change, or it was something out of my hands. But everything that has happened to me now, from back now and forth, moving forward, I do take accountability for everything that happens in my life. So the place I'm living, the job that I am currently at, the people I surround myself with, I brought these people into my life. I live in that environment. I surround myself with those people. And you really don't think how we move into this world so automatic, without thinking that everything that we're living, what our current situation, our lives that we're living in, are not intentional. Some of us are intentional and some of us are not. And I promised myself this year would be the year where, not like, I've been trying. I don't just wake up I sometimes, but it's over time. I'll say it over time, and eventually it'll take over and it becomes something that I actually am practicing. So I give myself, it's a lot. My words is all over the place, but let's keep up with me, okay? Keep up with me. I gave myself 6 months to change my habits. And I was saying yesterday, the best conversation I have is with myself. And I was saying to myself, my habits is killing me. The things that I found to be so comfortable, when I am in my home, I procrastinate, and I wait till the last minute, even though I know it's going to get done. However, I still take a long time to get it done. And I was saying to myself, like, my habits are killing me. My habits is either making me poor or improving my circumstances or improving my life. And I'm like, okay, so I give myself 6 months to start to implementing new habits and see how I move forward with them. And in that process, like, I was sitting there, because I turned, when you turn a certain age, you start to reflect. I mean, every year when I turn an age, I always reflect in my life. I always reflect in my life in general, but when I turn a certain age, every year as I start to age, I always reflect what I've done and what I could improve and moving forward. And I find myself thinking, like, my habits are either killing me or making me poor. And I love my life. I love the life that I live. I don't ever complain about my life. I don't have any children. I do hope one day that I do have kids. Maybe. I don't know. But right now it's not something I deeply don't want. I don't want. I don't think I'm interested in it. Because I say this, and it can be as a joke, or I laugh about everything, but I can't even afford myself. Do you know, like, I can't even afford myself, and I'm trying to afford my lifestyle. And I can't see me bringing, the idea of bringing a kid into this world is insane to me. That's me personally. Like now, you know, my financial circumstances, where I live, the job that I live in. And although that shouldn't, well, no, yes it is. I think you should be, personally, in my personal belief, I think you should be financially stable at any point to bring a child into this world, into this world now we living in. But hey, that is my personal opinion. It doesn't, I'm not implementing my opinion, or I'm not forcing my opinion on anyone, but that's my opinion. I can't see myself raising a kid without me being financially stable. And I find myself struggling to, and we're gonna go back to the circle. we're gonna make it to circle, but I find myself struggling to even support my lifestyle. And I'm not even that expensive. All I do is I try to stay home to even try to, I stay home to enjoy my rent, since I'm barely here. Since I'm working every single day, I stay home to enjoy the rent that I'm paying, the water bills and everything that I'm paying. I'm trying to enjoy them. And it is so difficult to keep going at times. Like, I cry maybe, lately I've been crying at least once a week. It used to be twice a week. But twice a week. It used to be more, but it's digressing. It's going down, down, down. But it's also because it really is all about mentality and perspective. When you start to complain so much about everything that is around you, you find that you are gravitating more to negative aspect of things. You really do. And I say this with a heavy heart, as someone who loved to complain and who loved to cry. I don't love to complain. I complain a lot, but I don't love it. And I used to complain a lot, but I don't love it. I don't love it at all. Hold on. I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna do makeup. I just want to hide under my thing. I don't really need makeup, guys. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, as someone who genuinely like that used to complain a lot, I always try to do this when I catch myself complaining. I said, and I was like, you know, you really did ask for this. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I never go back to myself and start thinking like, I'm sorry. I never, like, I don't, just because I'm going through something, that doesn't mean my feelings are invalidated. I do know there are people out there that live worse life than me, but just because we say that, they make it like a good situation to live. That's why I don't complain, because really again, your life is all about perspective. If you change your perspective, I promise you, your life will find more meaning, more like your life will feel a little bit more full than it is. And it's a big thing for me to stop complaining. And one thing I've been working on is to also find solutions to my problems. Like I've struggled with that. I struggled with that a lot, because when I was growing up, I was a little bit more sheltered than before. But I've always I always knew what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. I took control of my life, but my dad would try to shelter us a little bit more, but I didn't let him, or I tried not to, at least. And one thing I've struggled with is finding solutions to my problem. Oh, I struggle a lot with that. Like, when I say a lot, like a lot. And when I can't find solutions to my problem, it's not like, oh, if you can't change it, just let God be, or let it be. That's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm literally I'm saying, if by any point, like, I try and I give up, and I give up. It always end up working out, but I'd be like, Lord, God, I can't. But I always try to find a way. I don't ever give up. I wish I was one of those people, and I've always said, and I've said this in multiple occasions, where people who just live life with no worries, like the faith you have to believe that everything is going to work out for you no matter what. And I used to have that kind of mindset, but I think overall, I say this now, like, life beat the crap out of me so much to a point where it took the joy that I had. but you know what, even though I felt like was taking joy away from me, I always find a way to come back, because I'm a person who's just always smiling, always laughing, and I will always find my way. I say this, no matter what, no matter the situation, I will always find my way. Always, always, always. And so, yeah. So I find myself like, what's he saying? See, I'm telling you, I don't know how people do it. Makeup talking, like, girl, my brain can only focus on one thing. Okay, let me try. I'm trying my best. To go back to the case for me, the thing is, I'm not willing to settle for anything. No. I don't care. I used to say, you know what, if if they offer good money, yes you would. I don't think I would. I think I would take the offer, but I don't think but like, we have been pushed into this world to figure out our way of living, right? There are some people who are just lucky to have parents who kind of guide them through all of it, like show them maybe. But honestly, you really do have to figure out life on your own. Yeah, you have your support system. They're there for you to pick you up whenever you fall, but like, you really do have to do it. You really do. You don't have to do it on your own, but a lot of responsibility are set for you to do it on your own. There are people who, I don't know, like, I'll say for the people that are like me, like, I find myself having to do a lot of things on my own. I wish I could meet that rich husband who could come and carry me away and save me. Like, you don't understand. I don't think I would accept the help, but I don't think I would stay for long, to be honest. I always say this. I joke around and I'm like, oh, it would be nice to find a man who would provide for me, like my mom did. Didn't do a good job, but anyway. But I love my dad. Don't let me like talk crap. They're married. I'm just saying, like, in the Haitian culture, like, you know, the men take care of everything, and that's what my dad did with my mom. That's her man, child. That is her. Anyway. So I wish that was the case for me, and I think it could be for long. Anyway, what are you talking? Okay, focus. So yeah, we are led into this world, like, to figure our way out, to figure how to survive, la di da di da da da, all of that good stuff. All of that good stuff, okay? And the crazy thing is, life comes with so much baggage. But you know, this is something I'm learning too, but it's also so beautiful, especially being surrounded by the right people, being surrounded by by people who is there to support you, to support you. And the thing, and I want to know, and it's not, and I know it's possible. There are people out there, like, I talk about, like, my biggest thing and my biggest goal is to be financially free, to have financial stability, so I can learn what it's like to not worry about money all the time. I'm too young and I'm too pretty, and I say this, I shouldn't live a life of struggle. I speak this into myself, okay? However, I don't mind working for what I want and what I need, and I will work for what I want and what I need. It's just simple as that for me. But there are people who live in this world, like, they don't need much. They don't need a lot of money. They don't need a fancy house. I'm also one of those people. Honestly, I want to be able to buy groceries, to buy napkins, to pay my car insurance, to pay my rent, to pay my bills, and travel at least 2 or 3 times a week, and go out and have brunch with my friends once in a while and provide for my family. I don't care about all that fancy stuff. My car is perfectly okay for me. I could ride that car to the ends, okay? Till the wheels fall off. I'm okay with it. I will find the beauty in everything. If that's my you don't have to be struggling. That's how I feel. I think you can find a way to make your life, especially if you're gonna live on this earth, because I believe we're all temporary and this is all temporary. Yeah, we go to another place, but we don't know that. We don't know where we go. Since we're here, make the best out of it. Do what you can with what you have, and if you can get more, go for it. And if you feel like that is enough for you, then that's fine. That's okay. Don't let people pressure you into believing you want something when you don't. No, that's fine. My thing is with me, like I said for myself again, I like a very comfortable life, and I like to know that my parents are provided for, my family's provided for, and I'm provided for. And eventually when I have kids, like to provide that for, to have that access and resources for my children, because I don't want my kids to struggle. Like, although I worked hard for everything that I have, like, and I went to school and I did all of that stuff, like the stuff that I went through, everything emotionally, physically, I wouldn't wish that on my kids. I will cry today if I see my kids struggle the way that I do. And I might be exaggerating and stuff like that, because my struggle versus someone else's struggle is completely different. Still, that does not invalidate what I go through as a human being. But I say this, like, I will do anything. If I'm ever thinking about to bring children into this world, I have to make sure that they're provided for financially. And I have to be a representative of, I have to be the model that they look up to. You ask the universe to give you a human being. It is your job to guide them through this world, not project your emotions and your feeling into them, your idea of living. You can model, if you think the way you live is the best way and you want your kids to live, okay, that's good. But as long as they're a human being, they treat everyone with respect. This world is just, again, the stages of life. Our parents raise us, push us out into this world, and we become adults. And this process is repeated over and over and over. And there's a lot of us that's not good human beings out there, and there's some of us that are good and are doing our best. And I'm trying to get back to what I was trying to say to start with. It is, what was that? Hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to think. Oh my god. Sorry guys. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to the doctor because literally for the past few days my thoughts has been, not past few days, months. But give me a second. What was I saying? Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, so we're all struggling collectively, but also, like, you can say that, but also you don't have to struggle. You don't have to be like, especially if you but also it's if you live in an environment that can offer those resources as well too, because there are people that don't have that, so that doesn't go for everyone. But if you live in an area where resources are easily accessed, you can have access to them, take it. Take the advantage, take it. Because your life doesn't end when you hit 30. Your life doesn't end when you hit 40 unless it actually ends and you're dead. Okay? But your life, if you're still living, you still have life in you and you can still make things happen. There's so much you can do as a human being. There's so much power that you have within you. Like, forget about, if you don't believe in a religious thing, not religious, if you don't believe in a spiritual aspect, if you don't believe in God, you don't believe in the universe, whatever it is, there's a force in you alone that if you just change your mindset and change the way you think and see things, if the way your thoughts are holding you back. I never see myself as someone who can't do something. I always think I can. Like, that's my delusion part. I've always seen myself as a very strong person and I can get over everything. But I've struggled. Even I say this, like, I struggle so much with finding solution to things that are so simple. And once when I start to struggle, I give up, I crumble, and then I'll start over and over again, which delay the process. I never give up completely, but like I'll stop and it delay the process, and it makes me so sad to a point where I'm like, can I even do this? Can I even do the things that I want? Like, can somebody come and save me? And I know that, like, if really I want someone to save me, it's possible, but that's not what I really want, truly, to be honest. I would love to do all of this on my own. Whatever it is, I get into a point where I am financially free, emotionally, physically healthy, in every way, and then be able to live a full, fulfilled life while also helping other people. I'll go for it. But again, like, we're all doing this adulting for the first time. This is the first time we get to live life. This is for everyone. This is for everybody. This is the first time we all get to live life. This is the first time we all get to be around each other. Okay? We don't know if this is gonna happen again. Some people do believe it is possible. I don't know. I can't tell you anything. But all I can say is, like, you do, like, and I know you hear this a lot, but this is your first time doing life. It is the first time doing life. If you have something you want to go for it, go for it. Go for it. Don't let it hold you back. And then I have some people that I watch all the time that help me. And surround yourself with people that are gonna give you that. Listen to the things that and I'm gonna say some podcasts, not every podcast you listen to, obviously, but hey, people listen to what they want to people listen to the things that they believe in. If you find things to reaffirm your beliefs and your values. So if you're listening to some crazy things because you believe in some crazy stuff, then that's you. But I'm saying, for the people who want to better their life, who want to change, who want to live a life that is absolutely what they want, and want to be intentional about living and being aware of their action, their emotion, and how it also affects other people, and being considerate in this world, like, surround yourself with those people. They're out there. Your life doesn't have to be miserable. You don't have to. We're not supposed to be here to be miserable. God didn't come down and tell me that, but honey, I have that feeling that I wasn't that I didn't come here to be a freaking miserable hack. It just doesn't make any sense for me. I ain't asked to be here. So why would I? And if I did ask, why would I ask to come here to struggle? Do I look like? Alright, okay. But don't let it beat you, honey. Don't. Life can be beautiful. Find the beauty in everything. And I know it's not easy. And I'm saying that as a person that cries almost every day. Not almost every day. I don't cry almost every day. Let me take that back. I cry probably twice a week, maybe. But I've been really good. I've been really good. But I cry and I get up. I never stay down. I don't stay down for too long. I never stay down for a while. But I'm doing this thing where I keep going. Keep going. I do. I keep going. I know. You have to. You have to. My goal is to be able to see me accomplish, and you know, I was thinking, I'm like, okay, my goal is to also see me accomplish something that I completely was involved in, and I took accountability, and it's my own doing. That's my goal. And one could say, oh well, you went to school, you got your degree. Anybody can go to school and get their degree, and anybody can go to do whatever I'm saying too, but like,